All right, everyone. So today I want you to think about following the seasons, that we are actually in an earth cycle and that there might be reasons that we harvest and eat different foods at different times. So I know we live in the society where all food is available at all times. However, it's really interesting because you can never quite get away from this sort of cosmic moving, right? This revolving of the seasons. And the thing is, there was a period of time where I only ate food from farmers markets. I was living in Portland, Oregon, and I was only eating things that grew within probably 50 miles. And in that time, I realized a few things. One, I realized that when the apples came out, that there would be one variety of apples that was really in season for about 1 to 2 weeks. And if I could figure out which apple it was, it always had the most sort of just luscious and amazing flavor. And so it very much shortened my conception of seasons, right? When I was eating food that wasn't genetically engineered, right? That wasn't designed for a purpose, right? So this is a question you really want to ask yourself is, for what reason does my food exist, right? So some varieties of food are actually bred for flavor or chosen for flavor. Other varieties of food, and most of the commercial varieties, are actually bred for shipping capacity first, right? The ability to beat them up and have them still look like a tomato or a cucumber when they get to your house. And they're not bred for flavor. So it was amazing for me in that time to really start to get in touch with the rhythm and the taste of the earth. It was really eye-opening. And another funny thing that I realized in that time was about the economics of the harvest, because people don't always think about this, but this is what would happen. Every week, like I say, something would be coming into season. So every week something would be the new exciting thing at the farmer's market, right? You think of the first tomato of the season, you know what I'm talking about, right? And of course, it has just come into season, right? So there's not that many of this item, and demand is high, so the price will be very high. And this is when I really think farmers make their money. I think they make their money on the sort of new and exciting things, just like everyone in the economy, right? But then what would happen was the quality would actually keep going up with the quantity. And this is like the big harvest. But by this point, there's so much quantity that the price drops. So what I was amazed to realize was that at a farmer's market, when the quality is highest, the price is lowest. And that's something you find in almost no other sector of the economy. And this is direct from the earth, right? Like the only reason the economy works this way is because that's how the harvest works. So I got in touch with this whole new system of economics that I was utterly blown away by. Economics of taste and of health and of nutrients, right? That if I actually ate in season and ate local, it was so clear this is much better produce. And then in terms of the buying season of a certain piece of produce, it was actually much clearer that if I spent my money when it was the cheapest, this is when they're overflowing with crates of tomatoes, then I would get the best food. So this blew me away. So I highly encourage you to do it and just talk to people and do things. A great thing to do, and I'm including one, is one I modified and I just found it online. You can look online, but there are seasonal calendars, and you can probably even find one for your region. So you can look and you can say, oh, it's May. Will there be spinach? Will there be arugula? Will there be tomatoes? Will there be eggplant? And you can see, oh, these are the things that are actually growing. So even if you're shopping at the store, you can consider how the seasons will actually affect the produce. It's far less noticeable at the store, right? Because they've bred all that out of it, but you still notice it, absolutely. And I'm sure everyone has at least some pride in their local corn or peaches or potatoes, whatever it is that we associate with places, right? To sell an Idaho potato is still so powerful because in some sense, we know that food comes from the land and food comes from locale. So My question for you today is, how can you in your life become more aware of the seasonal movements and allow your diet to reflect that?